How's it going, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Crypto Clout. I am your host, FaZe Crypto. Today, I'd like to talk about toilet paper coin. No, I'm just kidding. But still, a cryptocurrency. Toilet paper sounds a lot like the United States digital currency that they keep talking about, but that's enough jokes for today. Today, we have to have a pretty serious talk about Bitcoin. Now, of course, discussing the recent action that we've been seeing in the space thus far. I think that it has been a pretty interesting week for cryptocurrency, and of course, it has been interesting to see Bitcoin. I mean, we dropped down below the 6,000. We were at around 5,900 for a second there, and then the price essentially shot back up and has been able to stay relatively stable around the 6,441 at the current time of making this video. But of course, as Bitcoin has recently lost its number one position to the toilet paper coin, or its number zero position. Anyway, so yeah, I want to talk about Cardano. I want to read a little bit from this article right here, how Cardano can topple Bitcoin and Ethereum. So of course, you have heard about Bitcoin and Ethereum. They're both leading cryptos that are entirely different from each other, but in a way, both of them had tremendously shaped the future of digital money and undoubtedly Bitcoin and Ethereum both brought forth tons of altcoins and tokens to the market, but one of these new coins, Cardano, stands as a perfect mix of the two. Bitcoin functions as a decentralized peer-to-peer system run by blockchain using the same tech. Ethereum was developed as a platform that can provide its own token and uses smart contracts. These contracts give apps or tokens built on the platform that will only be done in so it's interesting, more than a crypto. This is the part that I really wanted to get into. Cardano houses the cryptocurrency named ADA. It is a coin equipped to fulfill digital exchanges of funds, though the efficient use of cryptocurrency, cryptography. However, Cardano and ADA have surpassed being a crypto. The Cardano platform is a project designed to be able to access financial processes as much as so it is interesting. I mean, it does definitely talk about it talks about Emergo, the Cardano Foundation, IOHK, the third generation crypto, and very much touches upon a lot of key points that we do discuss on this channel very often. Availability on mobile, decentralized, and of course the use of peer-reviewed research, and scientific in nature, which I believe will go a long way, in long term. But anyway, I want to play an excerpt from this video right here, and I want you guys to comment down below and let us know. It is a very interesting piece of content that I am happy to add to the video. So let's give it a listen.
So I have another thing here for you. What is your opinion on Bitcoin?
That will go to zero. All of those cyber currencies will disappear before it's over. As you may remember, 100 years ago, people could use anything they wanted for money. Banks could print their own money legally. They used seashells, gold, silver, whatever they wanted. But then in the 1930s, the Bank of England, which was the most important bank in the world then, said, from now on, it's an act of treason, to use anything for money except our money. Well, Manuel, treason means they execute you. So people stopped using other things for money. And that's what's going to happen to all of this as well someday, if it works. Now, the cryptocurrency people say, we're smarter than the government. And they are smarter than the government. But the government has the guns.
So it will be very interesting to see, a lot of the different things that are happening in the cryptocurrency space. Ripple's Xspring wants to make XRP transactions private. That's definitely interesting. Charles Hoskinson's it will be easier to issue and maintain digital assets as Cardano than Ethereum. I think that this is an interesting article as well. A little piece of information. So, of course, this year set to be the best one for Cardano. the current volatility in the crypto market has put prices to the forefront of all discussion, unfairly leaving out other topics from the limelight. Zooming into hourly or daily candles makes it hard to see the big picture and appreciate the effort and progress that has been going on behind the scenes in the industry. Most of the progress comes from Cardano, the ambitious blockchain platform. So I think it will be interesting to see, how Cardano is able to, capitalize on a lot of the different things. And I think it overall will be a very interesting year. It has thus far been very interesting, to more of a doom and gloom sort of sense. But I think the things get darkest before the dawn, and I think that the potential for cryptocurrency is there. And we could see some pretty interesting things. And I am fairly bullish on Cardano. I think that the potential for like a $7 Cardano is not out of the question. And I think that especially with what we're seeing happening right now, we could see things get much more bullish. What would the Fed and all these conversations about quantitative easing, just print. You already know. Definitely very interesting. So U.S. mortgage industry could collapse as a new housing crisis now looming. Definitely interesting, and I think maybe one day we'll be able to buy you'll probably be able to buy a house with 0.1 Bitcoin when all this is over. The U.S. Mortgage industry faces collapse once again, this time due to economic consequences following by the COVID outbreak and massive job losses. Up to 50% of borrowers could default on their mortgage payments, according to industry estimates. Since the stimulus bill signed by Trump provides a relief for homeowners, but does not provide relief for the mortgage industry. Companies are worried they may go out of business. And of course, the outbreak and subsequent job losses could result in an unprecedented number of people left unable to make their mortgage payments, facing a second mortgage industry crisis in recent history. Many of the country's largest mortgage leaders have warned they will soon be pushing to the brink of failure. The breadth of the pandemic has sparked industry estimates of between 25 and 50% borrowers being unable to pay their mortgage payments. Some scary stuff. But of course, when we talk about Bitcoin, it could be very interesting how that translates. Anyway, so trending Bitcoin news and market sentiment, March 31st, 2019. I want to check out this article as well. I think it does add value to the video. Bitcoin has been moving up ever so slowly after yesterday's recovery, recording a daily high so far at USD 6,615, and not once again, going down below 6,300. The rest of the crypto market has also continued to take lead from Bitcoin. Definitely interesting. And I think, if you guys want my technical analysis, make sure that you tune in to the live streams. But I think that, the conversation about Bitcoin dominance, I think we could easily see Bitcoin dominance at 75%. In the coming months, and even possibly potentially climb higher than that. So these things are, on the front of my agenda. I'm paying very close attention to the price action that we've been seeing, but still very interested in seeing what happens with Cardano. All these different things as things continue to come to a breaking point. So of course, remember, this video is for entertainment, educational purposes only. I'm not your dad. I'm not your financial advisor. Make sure that you do your own research when it comes to these things, and also make sure that you're staying safe. Hope everybody out there has been having a safe, healthy time. I know times are getting pretty crazy out there. So the U.S. dollars climb invalidates money printing meme. Of course, this is kind of horse stuff. So, the so-called crypto Twitter has been enthralled by widely circulating money printer go burr meme that takes aim at the government's incessant money printing, with many crypto enthusiasts pointing to the Fed's current monetary policies as a reason why Bitcoin is so important. And of course, that remains to be seen, but I believe still, it's more of a long-term impact scenario that I think we're looking at. Anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Make sure you comment down below. Let us know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Stay relevant.